Welcome to part 2. We're in the same location, but 2 videos. As you can see, this is the wide-angle view of the interior of the engine bay. Quite a bit has changed, but I'm going to go ahead and just go straight into pointing out the parts. And let me go ahead and shift the view here. Okay, so first thing first, starting on the left, because the right's got the biggest change, we have a windshield washer reservoir here, and the main reason for that is because our primary reservoir is used as a storage for our methanol injection. There is the solenoid. It is a snow performance system. The pump is right down in here. I don't know if I can even show it, but it's right there, mounted. I'll probably upload that as part of the lost footage because I did do a recording on that. The main reason I got this set up was for general benefits, naturally aspirated, but for the forced induction route down the line to basically support cooling of the intake charge in general and especially in forced induction, because we only get 91 out here in California. There is one station that is out in Sunol that I can use, but that's just too much for the car. So I use 91 premium, or was that detergent, was that top tier, and methanol 70-30% my own blend, sprays in at a 2 gallon per hour nozzle right here at an adapter plate. I actually have a video on that as well. It's from KDM Tuners. It's got 3 1/8 inch NPT ports, one for boost or vacuum reference for a switch to control the solenoid or when the system fires, and one for the spray nozzle, and one extra if I wanted to put nitrous or something, but that's just blocked off right now. Anyway, we have a big wire here. That is a 0 gauge, part of a upgrade kit. As you know, we've installed the Circle Earth system. No, it's okay. We have installed the Circle Earth system here, and the Circle Earth system is for grounding. So we already have that. I have a video on that. But this right here helps with the alternator, so it's got an extra wire going to the positive there. You'll see what all these extra wires are here once I move over there. We have upgraded the ignition coils. Let me go ahead and go shift it over here. So those are TRQ ignition coils, and they are supposedly 20% increased ignition. I hope that's true, because I do want to use it. And that's what this is right here. We have the same VMS racing cap here, and we had to rewire our injectors. Why did we rewire the injectors? Well, we got new fuel injectors, and those injectors are 30-pound fuel injectors. And you're like, 30 pounds? That's kind of a lot for this little 1.8 liter NA car. And as you guys probably heard in the beginning, we're going to be something exciting, and you could probably add this all up. I was talking about the methanol, and we have to upgrade the fuel and the exposure there, upgrade the fuel, and the reason for that is we have a supercharger here. Yes, guys, we have finally done it. We have a supercharger, and it's no other than, as you can see the name there, TorqAmp. So I now have an electric, there's the wiring harness, the motor controller, electric supercharger in the car, and man, has it been great. I'm going to do a dedicated video on this, going into full detail, showing you guys some driving and the install and the routing, but that's the engine bay setup there. So you can see it's going right into the throttle body here. Our displacement is so low, 1.8. I mean, I know there's engines with smaller displacement that we're just running straight through this. We don't have to have the bypass valve, which is also what Jelk at TorqAmp even suggested when I mentioned with it, because I had an idea to do it without it. But I got this secondhand used, and I saved quite a bit of money on it, so I'm happy about that. Very thankful. And we got my own, of course I have so much piping. Alright, so that's why you pay attention during filming, because my lapel mic stopped working, and I went back and listened when it cut out. So basically I was talking about, right here we have so much piping, so I made my own cold air intake going through. I'm going to paint this bracket. That's it. I'm going to do another video for the supercharger, probably 3. Maybe putting more wiring harness stuff, and sorry, 2 I should say, because 1 in the main primary talking about the setup, and then another one. But yeah, our catch can systems changed. We had one over there. I looked back at some of my old videos. You had that one with the red cover stuff on it. Man, it's fun. Just the changes I've done to the car, and like my knowledge, and man, that looks so tacky now that I'm looking back at that video that had that little red catch can right here, and it was my first one. So the second one I used for my friend, it was a Mishimoto, but that doesn't have what I needed. from the boost setup, so I got a new one. This is just a $30 one on Amazon. I think it's like a mimic of it because it's got the bronze filter, but it has a nice drain valve there. And we have a vent to atmosphere setup, which we need because in case the PCV, which at 100K this motor was going to have some blow by, and under boost we want that to go somewhere. So in the event under boost it needs it, the pressure goes in here and it can vent out through that one-way check valve there. But under vacuum it won't cause a vacuum leak, obviously. So there's that. And we have a check valve here, which means under boost this locks and then it doesn't go through here. So basically the boost can't go back into the PCV line. We still have the same VTA breather. Gonna try to make that maybe look nicer at some point. This is the reference switch I was talking about that uses the vacuum. There's the tube there and there's the switch. So basically what ends up happening is this right here works off vacuum. So if the vacuum is low, or basically no vacuum, it goes. So that obviously works for boost. If it's high vacuum, it's that same strut bar, the TCR. We have this right here, which is our thermostat, which is very nice. Can actually give you a temperature readout, and it's the same pressure, 1.1 bar. And yeah, that's what we got here. Got some cars driving by, so I'm probably gonna get going soon. But we also have our Brisk Racing Pepsi sticker there too, spark plugs, and those spark plugs are one step colder for the boost because we got a 10.3-to-1 compression. Of course, it's one of my comments mentioned, which I'm going to reply to, but they mentioned Atkinson cycle. So of course the engine can open the valves longer, so your compression isn't always going to be 10.3-to-1. So yeah, basically that's what we got going with that. And yeah, so this also I'm going to do another video on, a follow-up, because it stopped working. So I have another OBD2 analog RPM output thing, which I recommend instead of this, but I won't say it's bad because it did last a while. I don't know. That unit is more compact than the one I have now, so that is what's nice. Overall, I think it looks cool. And yeah, guys, I really appreciate you watching the update videos. These aren't too long. Look at the beautiful fall day. That's what we get from our creator, right? We get the beautiful seasons, which we never tire of. And fall is my favorite season. It really is. Maybe we'll get some nice beauty shots and driving through like a fall scape or something like that. And it would be kind of nice, I think, if we did something like that. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. Yeah, there's the sun right there. The exposure is probably not too good to show that, but it looks beautiful. Actually, let me try to adjust my camera, get one beauty shot here. There it is. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next one.